have multiple instructions, but also there are people out there who do not have lawyers yet. So the numbers is scary. Please keep striving and join us at the bar. I bring you greetings from the President of the Uganda Law Society, Mr. Bernard Owundo, who couldn't make it here because of the other engagements he has, but wishes you well and encourages you all to pursue your studies in the most professional manner before you join the bar. With those few remarks, allow me to stop here and thank you for the opportunity of inviting us always to the Uganda Law Society.
Who is here with us. As you can see, he has seen so many years in court, and not only in court, but in administration. But if I say that, let me first of all apologize on behalf of the faculty for the late start of this symposium. We were supposed to start at 2. And we didn't come here until 3.
Pleasure to have a conversation with you this afternoon, so we may discuss a few things I know and a few things I believe in, which I think are useful to me as a lawyer and hopefully to the profession. You have started a journey as lawyers, students of law, and you remain students of law. So many of you will continue to practice law as long as I have, until the end of your days. So you are in for a long haul of study of the subject generally called law. Let me encourage you, it's not a difficult task. Anyone who has passed O levels and A levels and is disciplined enough and is prepared to study, you not only make it as a lawyer, but also as a good lawyer. What am I saying? I'm saying that you don't need to be a genius to be a lawyer or even a good lawyer. You all, I think as you sit here, have what it takes to make a good lawyer in your head. Your brain contents are good enough. What will make the difference is how you apply that facility given to you by God. It's not a difficult thing to be a lawyer, be a good lawyer. So take heart. Some of you may decide to do other things in your profession. You probably will. Some of you will. Teachers, professors like the give here. Maybe you join the church. You always find tools and the skills you have acquired as a law student very useful. Now let me come back to the topic that you chose me to discuss with you. Ethics and professional responsibility in the post-COVID-19 era. That makes the last bit of this topic makes subject matter narrower. And so I won't tell you everything about the law. I only discuss the responsibility, the ethical responsibility relating to the period we are in now and maybe after. Let me say, first of all, before I get into it, a bit about myself. Very ordinary person, very ordinary lawyer, many years a student like you, but now I'm a legal practitioner with the Kampala Associated Advocates. The law firm based in Kampala. We have 28 lawyers in that law firm. 11 of us are partners. And 4 of those 11 are senior or older than me. The other 7 are young, little older than you, but very young. So we combine at Kabatsi Associated Advocates the energies of youth and care and wisdom of experience. And that combination, we think, helps our clients solve their problems better. But as you have heard, I had the opportunity to work as a public lawyer, State Attorney, DPP, Solicitor General, years back. I also had opportunity to work with the United Nations as a law commissioner in the International Law Commission. In Geneva, and was able to be elected president of that commission. So that's years back. I worked for many governments in Uganda. I actually entered the public service when Amin was getting off, and all those governments are till now. So I know how governments work. They have their differences, one from the other, but there is a lot that they share in common. I also worked in South Africa, both as a public lawyer, because I was in charge of prosecutions in the Kingdom of Lesotho for 5 years, and also practiced as a private practitioner there for 2 years before coming back to Uganda. I'm telling you these things not to brag what I'm doing, not the law, but so that you understand that there is nothing spectacular about being a lawyer, provided you are disciplined enough and you work hard. So here in front of me, I see 200, 250 very good lawyers sitting in front of me. Now, ethics. Can hardly read that. I think I know that, but if you can look at it, that's okay. We should first of all do the obvious and define what ethics is all about. ethics are moral principles that govern a person's behavior in conducting an activity that is well respectively done. Scholars, I can't pretend to be an academic, various scholars have defined professional responsibility to mean a set of duties which the concept of professional ethics for those within the concept of professional ethics for those who exercise a unique set of knowledge and skills as a professional. The doctors have theirs, the clients have theirs, we lawyers have ours also. Such people know what lawyers do and that what they do it responsibly and well to the satisfaction of their clients. As you know, the legal profession has for the longest time referred to itself as a noble profession. Nobility. What does nobility mean? Nobility means simply avoiding deliberate wrong behavior or wrong acts and promoting respectable and dependable behavior for the people who are served by that particular profession. So we call ourselves a noble profession because we are supposed to do our job, first of all, competently, but also dependably. It is important that a profession like ours is respected. It's respected because of what society has entrusted us to do. To help in punishing the wrongdoers and also to help resolve disputes justly among people. It's a very old profession. It was there, I think, even before Prophet Muhammad, and it will be there. I suspect as long as this world is where it is, and it does what it does. Without the law, it's impossible to imagine how society would conduct itself. By nature, human beings have an element of selfishness. They want to cut corners, they want to obtain and get advantage over the others, and justly or unfairly. This is where this profession comes in. And in the nature of things, that will remain so. long, I think, as we are on this earth. Now, this document I'm talking about has rules put together as a code. Now, these rules and principles in the profession are set out in our case in laws that are well known. We have a set of laws that together regulate our conduct as advocates. And there's a penalty, or there are penalties for any errant lawyer or advocate that transgresses these regulatory rules set to govern our conduct of the profession. I'm sure you all know we have an Advocates Act, and we have rules under that act. The rules guide how advocates, while conducting their duties, should behave. That includes how they charge clients for the services, and how and why they have to be very careful that they only keep what is theirs, the rest belongs to their clients. I think this afternoon you just been told about the 39 billion lawyer thief, assuming that is true. If that is so, that is serious. That is shameful. Before I move on further, let me tell you that a profession you choose to do for the rest of your life should be a profession you like, so that you are able not only to enjoy the benefits of conducting yourself as a lawyer, but you should enjoy doing it. I think it is General Tumine who said, he was talking about the army, that he liked what he was doing, and that was more important than anything else. Money, I think somebody mentioned something about money. Money should only be a consequence of exercise of your profession, not the objective. Lawyers are well paid, actually, very well paid. There is absolutely no reason, no need to cut corners. There is a lot of competition in the profession, and there is enough for everyone. There's enough for everyone. There will always be enough for everyone. When I started practicing law, we were 14 million Ugandans, and very few lawyers. We are now getting towards 50 million. We need a lot more lawyers. There will always be work, especially for anyone who calls himself a lawyer and doing the job nobly and according to law. the ethics. The general ethical consideration have been discussed by a number of people, scholars, written quite a lot about it. Professor Kabatsi, does he teach here? Yes. He's written quite a lot about this topic. In his handbook, ethical code of conduct, views, and I agree with especially Justice Ogora that underlying the practice of law is ethical behavior. So it's not enough, it's about 50% of the entire house of legal practice. Now, so why COVID-19? Well, this is your topic. The practice of law. COVID-19 has changed a lot the way we practice law. It's very dramatically. I think, generally speaking, for the better. For the better. This is because what happened when COVID attacked the world, the Uganda and us in particular. Number one, we're not able to reach our clients as before because we had to keep distances to avoid infection. So ways have to be found for the clients and their lawyers to be able to communicate. During this period of COVID, there were no enrollments of young lawyers because most offices were closed. So many young lawyers had to wait for 2 years before enrollment. And that created a gap in the profession. Meant that the profession was denied new blood. It's not easy to bridge that gap. We were not, and during this period, we couldn't go to court and represent clients as before. Courts, in fact, were closed. So we had to use other means, thanks to the advent of digital life that came in and helped. But digital life denied confidentiality between client and lawyer, and even creation of confidence. You know, you need to talk to the person who's listening to your problem face to face. But if everything is paperwork, it is a problem. So, other means have to be found out to deal with this pandemic. so that lawyers can solve people's legal problems. We are now getting used to it, and I think this is the main part of your subject. Now, returning to ethics, it's all very well saying, look, be ethical, be noble, behave well, and so on. That's good, but we need to be clear what or in what way we do ensure that we are noble, we are professional. The best way is avoiding the obvious and known pitfalls advocates meet in the practice of the law. Doing things which they are prohibited from doing, behavior which is prohibited. Number one, we lawyers can only act for clients. We don't act for ourselves. That means we must have instructions. No lawyer will represent anyone without instructions to do so. It's prohibited by the law. There are a lot of preliminary objections in courts. I've seen many over the many years of practice, where lawyers are accused of not having instructions. And if that is demonstrated in court, then the law is thrown out. And that's not comfortable. So please act with instructions, or on instructions. I'm not a teacher, but I like referring to cases because we are students. There is a case called Okodoi and another versus Okera. That is a case where a lawyer was condemned to pay the cost personally because there are no instructions. I don't know whether I should go into the rigmarole of citation, but it's a well-known case. The areas of abuse in the profession, basically it means you are doing what the rules prohibit. Then there are people who hold out. I don't know whether you know. There are people who claim with their lawyers when they are not even represent clients. That is prohibited. These people usually deceive the general public, dress like lawyers, use legal expressions, and end up practicing law illegally. This is not allowed by the law. And even when you are a lawyer, enrolled and all that, but you haven't taken out a practicing certificate, you should not hold out practice law on behalf of anybody else. Confidentiality. Clients tell us a lot of things they will not want anyone else to know. about their money, about their status, and the law protects them. The communication between an advocate and the client is protected by the law. You should never disclose it. In fact, you shouldn't even disclose it to colleagues unless if it is absolutely important. In a law firm like KA, we are over 20. But clients come maybe to see Jane, Advocate Jane, not Peter Kabatsi. Jane should not unnecessarily break that confidentiality merely because we are practicing together. Unless it is for assistance. Heading the team that represented one of those two parties. And a problem arose because one set of lawyers, or one or the other, of the two parties, had actually been acting for the opposite party in previous cases, and so knew a lot about that particular party. It became contentious, and we successfully threw out that set of lawyers out of that case. And that has had a negative impact on the clients represented by those lawyers, because they had room for new lawyers, go over the pleadings again, over the evidence. It can be quite problematic because, especially in public bodies, people come and go. So the person who gave you the instructions or who knew a particular or a set of facts is no longer even available. And if you have to start the case all over, you may prejudice your clients. So conflict of interest, please, if you have an interest in the matter, keep off. Other behavior you should avoid is easily getting to the case and becomes your case instead of a case of your client. Don't get emotional about it. Don't personally get involved with it. Your duty is to assist the court, come to a just conclusion by addressing the facts and the law. Your client may not succeed. That's the nature of the profession. May even be hanged. But if you are going to be miserable because your client has been hit hard, how are you going to practice? That will happen every other day. You'll be a very miserable person. So please don't get engrossed in your client's case. Yes, you should put all your efforts in it. It's not your case. You're only a representative. Should I say anything about overcharging? The rules prohibit it. That's all I can say. Don't overcharge. Don't overcharge because the client doesn't know. There is almost no benefit. In fact, there is danger only in trying to get an extra quid unfair. You'll get enough money if you do things properly. Please don't overcharge. Now, what has happened after COVID? We are now filing cases without going to the courts. we use the Equimis digital system. You know that many applications, even for universities like this, entry, you do it online. Many things are online. Even at the company's registrar general, it's online. So the interface with institutions is getting less and less. You are using the online for everything. What does this mean? This means you have to be very proficient in using these new systems. Because we're not going to go back. It's going to get better and better, or worse and worse. I remember years back going to Canada, attend court proceedings there. And I did see books in the courthouse. I saw laptops and computers. The lawyers for both parties and the judge were discussing, even decided cases, cited legislation on laptops. And it was amazing. I thought that was for the Europeans in Canada. So it's here. It's here now. It's here. So you better perfect your proficiency in the use of digital tools. You don't do that, you'll be left behind. These are the challenges of post-COVID era. Maybe that was a good thing, because now a lot of market tricks which were played between clerks and some lawyers even filing cases over others and so on, even paying for it. That is dying out because everything is online. So, welcome to the digital world. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. That's all I needed to talk to you. I had to be general because I was told to be like 30 minutes. How do we get into the details of all of these things within 30 minutes? So I have been deliberately skipping over details, but I'm happy to answer questions. Because I know a lot of these things. I've been at it for a long time. I've been a lawyer since most of you, I think all of you, but were not even born. So I know very well that law students are eager to know this and learn this detail and that detail. But I'm happy to react to any questions or comments you might wish to give. I think I've covered the practice in many ways. Even as a teacher, professor, I taught at LDC as back. As a legal practitioner, I have been a judge on the Permanent Court of Arbitrations at The Hague, actually up to now. So I know all the, I've sat on different sides of the table. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and let me congratulate you for having picked a really good profession. Thank you.
Right. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Afternoon. Yes, we are going to entertain questions, but we can have a little break, and then we can allow our guest speaker to answer. We have more. Speak, please. Help me carry the mic. We'll have 3, then allow the guest speaker answer, and then take another 3. You can hold more.
Thank you so much, Master of Ceremonies. The guest of honor this afternoon and everyone here present. My name is Edson Mwini. I'm a 4th-year student at this faculty. I want to first of all thank the university for availing us this opportunity to drink from your cup, dear guest of honor, having been a practitioner and a host of a great experience. But also to the university, I hope they realize that this faculty will need a more spacious place than this. Going to my question, 2 quick questions. One, from the very last thing you mentioned about your service, being the ad hoc judge, the permanent arbitration, international arbitration, what would you say is the future of arbitration in this country? Is it an area where you think students should interest themselves in? And number 2, from 1986, when you served as DPP and subsequently for 12 years as a Solicitor General, and then before you headed to private practice, you've been at, even up to now, you've been at the top of the game in this profession. What are the rules of engagement? What has made you keep at the top of this game for this number of years? Thank you so much.
The pioneer students of this institution arrived away from the 1st of September 2014 to the 12th of October 2015. And I'm an advocate of the College of Judicature, but I can also appear in an LS1 court. As long as yes, I am allowed only as regards only if the case involves a child or involves an infringement of the bylaw under Regulation 23 of the Local Council Regulations of 2017. So those are the 2 exceptions under which I can appear there. Your Honor, I am one of those people who have read your submission in cases like William Okesho versus George Wall, David Chan Jamwa versus Attorney General, which was just decided on the 27th of June of this year. And submissions of people like you, especially from top law firms like KAA, which have always made it among the top 5 law firms in the country every year. Although I don't know how that assessment is done by the Uganda Law Society. But you have told us that a good lawyer is a lawyer who knows where the law is. Not who knows where the law, not who knows what the law is, but who knows where the law is. And people like us, young lawyers, have made the point that we should read all the latest cases of the week, and we appraise the same of ourselves. And I want to thank you for that. And that is why, actually, for me personally, my best day is when I'm in court. And I think I owe it to people like you. That's just, of course, a point of comfort. But I just have a simple question. When we apply for bail, we are already frustrated by the state, by the DPP. And you have, of course, told us you were once a DPP. And the state comes up with a very fierce excuse that there's no police line. So how would you advise such a state attorney? Or is what the state attorney is saying professional? Does that also amount to professional misconduct of the state attorney? Because who should know where the police file is if it is not in the state attorney? Thank you so very much.
Wasting trust trust. Yeah, thank you. My little question to you, the speaker, is you practice law for over the years, and perhaps you know about our curriculum, our legal education currently. What aspect do you think should be incorporated in our legal education that is missing but now that you think is very important for legal practice? Thank you.
You expect me to know that and answer that question? I'm not even a teacher of law. What I can say, at least in this room, and I should have introduced her. I came with one of the alumni of this university, Leona. Leona has been cracking with us. Crack student. Today is her last day as a crack student. She's from this university. I know very little about the teaching of the law here. But I found her extremely knowledgeable. That instructs me that, Professor, you are doing a very good job. Now, but back to your question, what is missing? I'm sure many things are missing. You only have 4 years here. I think it's impossible to teach everything within those 4 years. As I told you, you just started on the journey as a law student, and you will die as a law student. So I'm not able really to tell you what ought to be taught here and missing out. But my colleague here has whispered to me that it seems to me or to him that, Professor, you have to emphasize the teaching of digital life. Digital life. I don't know how much of it, legal, digital life you are learning here, including AI, artificial intelligence. If you are not doing it all that, Professor, think about it. But sir, I'm not able to tell you what ought to be taught and is out now here. I'm not in a position to do that. Yes, as a student of law now and forever, it's important to know where to find the law. Not have a legal computer in your head and know everything. But also what it means. If you are looking for anything, you must know how to find it. So you must know it is there. And to know it is there, it means you must read. Read the statutes and regulations and keep abreast all the time on it. Read the decided cases. Only then will you be able to find out where what you're looking for is. You also talked about bail. Yes, I was a deputy, I was a state attorney. Bail is a constitutional right. But the Constitution recognizes that it's not the right after all. there's a logical conflict in the Constitution. It says we are all innocent until proved guilty. Well, then why are you remanded? The reason is simple. Society must be protected from wrongdoers, and justice must be done. What it means is that you may or may not be innocent, but because you are a suspect, the law protects society. So it's not automatic. Even where the law says after 6 months, I think, 3 months, 6 months, you can get automatic bail. It's not as automatic as you think it is. Because if it was, how would you get the criminals? How would you get them? They would ravage society. So you have to protect society. The law is actually the law which does it. It's the Constitution itself which says you are innocent, but you can be locked up for 6 months before proof of guilt. Now, yes, state attorneys say they don't have police files or the police is still investigating. It's not a perfect system, I know. And I think it's not perfect anyway in the world, but it can be made better. I think DPPs, that's when I used to tell the policemen, please don't arrest people until you yourself are convinced a crime has been committed by that. At least you, policeman or policewoman, you have some evidence to show this person is guilty. But between that and what is done in practice is what you are complaining about, Mr. Gay. It can be made better. Can be made better. Bail is the right, but there are conditions. Not automatic, actually. Not as automatic as many people think. The more serious the charges, the more careful the system is to deal with such matters. That's universal. If there is evidence, you will not be able to appear in court. Take long time. That's as simple as that. Mr. Tumine, arbitration. Yes, arbitration is an alternative way of resolving disputes, civil disputes, and it is encouraged quite a lot in many countries. We have a law here which provides for it. Actually, I'm supposed to be the chairman of the system itself, myself. It's not well developed in Uganda, but over time, Mr. Tumine, it will develop. It's a cheaper way, and a quicker way of resolving disputes. But we still have a lot of problems with arbitration. You know, Ugandans are not very trustworthy, even when they are professionals. A lot of them. Now, an arbitrator is not a regulated person, not like a judge or magistrate. You give an arbitrator $500 million shilling case. And maybe that's the only case you ever have. All sorts of things happen, and I've seen it. I'm a little irritated I'm a little slow myself when we are drawing contracts to advise some of my clients to make arbitration mandatory. Because it's difficult to appeal, you can't appeal. The individual concerned may not even be a professional, has nothing to protect. And sometimes it's very expensive, very, very expensive. The courthouse is free to use, but an arbitrator will hire an office for which the client will have to pay. No one pays the transport for a judge, but an arbitrator will have to pay. No one pays hotel bills for a judge. Arbitrator you have to pay. It can be quite expensive. But as we develop our profession more and more, and people become more and more trustworthy, it is otherwise a good, quick way of resolving disputes. It's an ADR, alternative dispute resolution mechanism. But you have to be very careful about it. Rules of engagement. Mr. Kumine. What you want me to say? Other than what I've already said. Whatever you do it right. Do it right and completely. The rules are there. They are there. They regulate the will to practice some profession. But rules of engagement, please do right and do it well. That's all we need to do. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. I think we are going to receive other questions and we will proceed.
Yeah. And my question is, David Nawasa, I'm more interested in international law, and my question is, I've seen that you once reviewed the case of Locker by case, the bombing of the American airplane in 1988, and thank you for your review. And then you told us that you once became the president of the International Law Council. So my question is...
Commission.
Yeah, commission. My question is, most of these cases at the international level, they mostly include the superpowers, those that are members of the Security Council. So I am wondering how the delegates from Africa, you handle those cases without conflicting with those superpowers. Because you never know, one day I can hit a jackpot and become a member of the ICJ or ICC. So I want to know how you delegates from Africa handle those cases where those superpower countries are involved without conflicting with them. Or when you reach there, you also make decisions that please those superpowers. Thank you.
Thank you very much. My name is Monzera Crispus. I'm a second year student here. Monzera Crispus. I will quote two people and I will ask you to give in a few comments. One of them is a seasoned lawyer who was talking to a group of youth, said before you choose which profession to join, you should always interest yourself in knowing the professional ethics. If they do not resonate with your personal ethics, don't go there. This also was a parent talking to his son, and his son had just graduated from a prestigious law school. And he said, son, congratulations. But look, you either subscribe to the values of your family, or you risk being neglected by the family in your legal practice. If we say our values, you should never represent a thief, the presumption of innocence is treated with jeopardy. If the father hears that you somewhere in court, your client is certainly suspected to have done something, then you continue chasing that, then he's no longer with you, because we always want support from the family. Now, this is to say there is always nasty accidents taking place as a result of head-on collisions between personal ethics and professional ethics. This is what you believe in as a person, which is actually not bad, but this is what the scripted professional ethics say. At that time, what takes precedence over the other? Thank you.
Here is my name, and I'm a fourth-year law student here at Bishop Stuart University Law School. My question is on case backlog in Uganda. The fact that you've served for more than, I can say, 30 years in the profession, and personally, I regard three aspects that make a human being. One, it is the hospital, which is in charge of the health system of an individual. Two, we have, I can say, the law, which governs our daily being. And thirdly, maybe the church as far as morality is concerned. And they tell you before you are treated by a doctor, maybe you have to pay that money to look for the doctor or for the doctor to take charge of you. But look at the lawyers you have today in the legal profession, that as of today we have 50,000 cases per the records in the case backlog. Whom do you put in charge of this? Don't you think that some lawyers or as a profession will do it as a maybe mandatorily, and we see cases escalating every other day? And what is the future of this in our profession? Thank you.
It's a result of custom. Over centuries, states have generally agreed that there are such things as custom and international law. About the sea, about the air, about the land, about the resources, and so on. Now, when it comes to cases, and you cited the Lockerbie case, yes, I was involved in the Lockerbie case. And actually, the Lockerbie case was a simple criminal case. It's basically a criminal case. These were murderers. Although the allegations that some states were behind those murders. So the states were not in court. Only the suspects were in court. So you could treat them more or less like you treat a thief in Banana. It's individual responsibility. So Lockerbie was about suspects who brought down that plane and killed people. So it was a question of looking at the facts and assigning criminal responsibility to the suspects or not. So Lockerbie is probably not a state matter. But he mentioned that might is right. If you are a small state like Uganda, international law will come hard on you because it's very easy to enforce it on Uganda. But if it is some other country, I don't want to mention, the five permanent Security Council members. Generally speaking, they try to follow the law, but occasions arise where they choose not to, even go to war. And you commit aggression, which is one of the worst crimes at international level. War, even war crimes. It's an imperfect world we live in, Mr. Navasa. Generally speaking, with the facility of the United Nations, states in the 20th and 21st century have tried their best to follow the law. That's why we have not had a third world war. It's the facility of the UN. How long that will be so, we don't know. Might may not be right, but people with large muscles breaks them. More or less the same as, remember in your village going to school as a small boy, the big boys pulling your ears and so on. They're not allowed to do that, but they did. You couldn't even report it because you fear worse if you do that. Yes, superpowers are superpowers. Yes. But to be fair to them, by and large, they follow international law. By and large. Mr. Mozilla.
Yes, yes.
Values. Your family values. You know there's no conflict. There will be no conflict. I want you to give me an example where a good family with values will find any problem with the lawyer who's acting ethically. The example you gave of a thief representing a thief. Why did you say that? How do I know he's a thief? I'm not a witness. He tells me he's not a thief. So what do? We go to court and try it. If he's telling me now he's at the end of being convicted, that is his problem. Remember earlier on I said, please don't get involved personally in the affairs of your client. My client charged with treason and he tells me, no, I didn't do it. What does the law say? The law says whoever an agency let it prove it. I'll wait. I'll make it not so easy for you to prove it, because the rules allow me to do so. But it's not my business to know whether you're a thief because you're a judge. I know you are a thief when you're convicted. By this, by competent court. So I don't know. I depend on instructions. If you tell me you are innocent of the crime charge, I believe you. I believe you because try it. And there are rules and tests, whether you are or you are not. Rules of evidence. If it turns out that you are, that's your shauri, that's your business. I've done my bit, you've got to face the law. So it's unlikely that a good ethical family values will conflict with the ethics of our profession. I can't think of any. I can't think of any. So if your father is a priest and he says, don't represent thieves, rapists and murderers, tell him, sir, I don't know. Those are allegations. That's all. That is all. He may indeed be a thief. We shall see at the end of the tribe. Are you happy with that response from me?
Yeah, thank you so much.
It's not your case. You don't. If you know, please, you are conflicted. Don't get it wrong. You'll just be with it.
All right. I know you can have many questions for us about. And in the interest of time, we are free to look at this. Down to the questions and answers. Otherwise, we will spend ourselves. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as I already introduced and recognize the presence.
Our guest speaker is Kevin, the Dean Pagan Tokoro. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. I'm CP Isaac Consola, the University Finance Officer, but at this juncture, I'm the Vice Chancellor.
Why not?
Please accept my apology for coming late. I know it is unlawful, but as a finance officer, I had some issues I was settling in the bank that I could not have control over. I want to thank the organizers of such a symposium, and most importantly, inviting us to be part of it. And personally, I am Brand. I'm a tax consultant and actually do the same job as you. Because I represent taxpayers in URA whenever they have issues. And what I have been facing, and I see from here, it is going to be the only problem. I've been taking my clients' issues personally. But ours are a bit funny. You know, issues that involve cash outflow. You can't take it right. It is not like you are you are innocent until proved guilty. Here URA is writing that you are assessed 1 billion. Trust me, a businessman cannot sleep when URA is telling him to bring 1 million. And now, as a taxpayer representative, I would equally share the problem, and I would have sleepless nights. But from today, Council Peter, I have run the road, and I'm going to change a bit. Yes, I'm talking of a bit because you can't change immediately. Otherwise, you risk the quality of the service.
Not your money.
Such symposiums are good, and I don't know whether the organizers prepared some certificates for the attendees. Because for us accountants, whenever we attend such, they are called continuous professional developments. We are always awarded certificates, such that whenever you go after here, even those ones who were not present can easily know that the Gwenji attended this symposium, and this was the topic that was discussed. And therefore, he has authority over matters concerning such. Therefore, if that was not on the menu, next time please including. Otherwise, I want to thank you for your attentiveness and that there is a sensitivity of the matter that was being handled. Have a good evening.
All right, thank you, Representative. Yes, speak, please. I am informed that there is some few details that will take us on. Please let us run through them very fast.
Thank you, Mr. President. I would love to invite Wesley Banyaji to step forward and give vote of thanks on behalf of the students as we conclude.
Peter Kabatsi, the representative of the Vice Chancellor, our dean, faculty of law here, the representative of the head of department, the faculty, our teachers and lecturers here. We have librarian, actually librarians here, supported and recognized her. We have the representative of the Uganda Law Society. Thank you so much, Council Alan, for making it up here. The new President Emeritus, Mr. Sidney Antonio, thank you so much. And literally, ladies and gentlemen, all students here, thank you so much for making it here. My name is Wesley Banyaji. I'm a third-year law student, and I take the same award on my behalf and on behalf of the students to thank you, Senior Counsel Peter Kabatsi, for sparing time to fly the journey and come to talk to us. I'm very sure as a lover of animals or cows, you'll be on your farm, it's a weekend, and having a good time with your family, but sparing all these hours to come and meet us, the students. We don't take it very lightly. In the day of Uganda that it is, it's very emotional. We see what happens in Parliament, in our society. Everything is very emotive. I think the take home for all of us is to separate the legal profession from the emotions in the cases that we have to deal with, and the discipline and the integrity that we must carry. Because this profession, as far as year one, first semester in our society is where we come from. We get problems, we get people telling us their problems, their land problems, their family problems, and all these things in year one. That's the nobility of the profession. So we must uphold this, and for a person like Senior Counsel Peter Kabatsi to come and talk to us, I don't know how much for consultants he could have been paid to come and really talk to us. It's immeasurable. The value is immense. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. But importantly, I want to thank the President, the Society President, Bishop Stewart University, and the entire team that have made this happen. We want to appreciate you so much. You've done us proud. May God bless you, our good reigns.
To meet Senior Counsel Peter Kabatsi, and really it was a blessing that he honored to come to Bishop Stewart University. As a society, we have been, the course is not easy for us as students most of the times. We get issues along the way, tuition, and we want to thank God that among the students' body, we've managed as student leaders to support students throughout their journey of academia. One of the products from this campaign is now in year 4, and we've been contributing tuition to them through such campaigns. So when we heard that you were coming, we organized a portrait to see a student graduate, and request for your support to see how best also we can have lawyers doing the profession in the time to come. So we request you to come to step forward for a photo moment as we give you this portrait, and thanking you to allow to come to Bishop Stewart University.